Hi fellas, this is Schematics again to the solution. Welcome back to another video tutorial. Now fellas, we wanna solve the second part of this question. So fellas, if you have missed the first part, don't worry. I'll put the link to the first part of this solution at the end of this video tutorial. Okay, so stay tuned. So let's carry on. So in the second part, which is B, the question asked that find the kinetic energy gained by the particle as a result of the impulse. Okay, so here they have asked us about the kinetic energy. They want us to find the kinetic energy gained by the particle as a result of the impulse. Okay, so in here this kinetic energy gained is the work done. Okay, so this kinetic energy gained is the work done. Okay, so here what is basically happened here is that when there is a kinetic energy gained, so work done has already been happened. Okay, so since there is a kinetic energy gained, so work done will happen, okay, according to the concept. So here now they have asked us to find the kinetic energy gained. So here kinetic energy gained, that is let us denote this as del K E, which is change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy will be equivalent to the to the change in kinetic energy will be equivalent to the kinetic energy gained. Okay, so the change in kinetic energy, the formula for changing kinetic energy is basically is this half. Okay, half, what is the equation, let me see, half m the magnitude of v whole square minus m magnitude of u whole square. Okay, since these are vector quantities, v and u are vector quantities, so we are taking the scalar quantity in the kinetic energy equation. Okay, so the basic equation is for Ke is we already know that the basic equation was about to happen was Ke is equals to half m b square, isn't that so? So in here this v is here the v is scalar quantity. Okay, so we are not bothered to make it like that, so that is why the equation is like bit, it's a little bit creepy. Okay, since we are dealing with the scalar quantity over here, so we need to find the magnitude. So this is what it really means, that the magnitude square, here it is the magnitude square. Okay, since it is the magnitude square, at first we need to convert this into magnitude. We need to find the magnitude and then square them up. Okay, so it basically means the magnitude of velocity. So this also means the magnitude of velocity. So if we write like this, it will end up just like that, half m half mv square minus half mv square minus mu square, just like that, as simple as that. So this is the basic equation for this. Since we are dealing with the vector over here, so we need to find the what magnitude. We need to find the magnitude. For that we have just we need to find the magnitude and square this up, and after doing that we are able to find the kinetic energy gained by the particle. nothing complicated. Okay, it's simple concept. So let's work this thing out. So here, so in here, this is the initial velocity u, and previously we have find out the we have found out the final velocity. Okay, the magnitude of final velocity. So here the here the magnitude of velocity of initial velocity would be like okay, at first let us find the magnitude of each thing. Okay, so this is the initial velocity, the I plus 5j. Okay, so this is the initial velocity, okay, per second. These are the two quantities, and v, which is about to come what we have find earlier was 5 by 3. 5 by 3. What's wrong with my handwriting? Sorry for that. I'm really sorry for my handwriting. 5 by 3 I plus 6j. Okay, so this is the value for initial velocity, and this is the value for final velocity that we have found earlier. Okay, so what else we need here? Here we need mass. Here the mass is 3 kg. Okay, therefore the mass is 3 kg. Since it is the scalar quantity, we don't need to find the magnitude. It is already a magnitude. Okay, well, let's get back to the calculation. So in here, if we find the magnitude, let us at first find the magnitude of final velocity. At first, let us find the magnitude of initial velocity. Okay, so the magnitude of initial velocity was about to come like this: 3 square plus 5 whole square. Okay, so which gives us the result as root over 34. Okay, so now let us find the magnitude of final velocity. Now let's find the magnitude of final velocity. So if we calculate the magnitude of final velocity over here, which is in this case 5 so let's find the magnitude of the final velocity: 5 by 3 whole square plus 6 whole square. We are just taking the coefficient, okay, in this case. Same goes with initial velocity, same goes with final velocity. Okay, so here if we calculate, we're gonna end up something like this: root over 349 by 3. Okay, so now let's use the previous equation to find the kinetic energy. Okay, the kinetic energy would be the change in kinetic energy. We are finding the change in kinetic energy. So here half sorry, no, third, half. Okay, so many mistakes, fellas, sorry for that. Okay, so here according to the formula, according to the previous formula, where is the previous formula? Yes, here. So according to the previous formula, this should be half. So here let us take mass common. Well, let's put it in that way. Well, let us rewrite this formula once again. So if we rewrite this formula once again, we're gonna end up something like this. Okay, so this is the formula. We have just rearranged the first formula over here. Here we have taken mass as common. So if we take mass as common, we will end up something like this. Okay, nothing complicated, as simple as that. Here half, here the mass is in this case is 3, and let us substitute the value for the magnitude that we have found out earlier. So here this should be root 349 divided by 3 whole square minus root 34 whole square. We have just basically substitute the values. Here we have substitute the magnitude of final velocity. Here we have substituted the value for the magnitude. We have substituted the value for initial velocity. Okay, magnitude of initial velocity. Here magnitude of final velocity. Here the magnitude of initial velocity. Okay, so if we work this thing out, so we will end up like this. So half, why am I writing this as 3? This is 2, this should be 2. Once again mistake. I have made mistake once again. Okay fellas, sorry fellas. Let's get back to the topic. So if we square this thing up, we will end up like this, divided by 9 minus 34. Fine. So if we calculate this, we will end up 43 by 6. Okay, don't forget to mention the unit. So if we write this thing in decimal numbers, so we're gonna end up something like this, 7.17 joule. Okay, so that is the solution for this question, second part of this question. So here what we have basically done here they have asked us to find the kinetic energy gained by the particle as a result of impulse. Okay, so the kinetic energy gained is equivalent to the change in kinetic energy. So the formula for change in kinetic energy is half mass change in kinetic energy. Okay, so change in kinetic energy is equals to basically half mv square minus mu square. So since these velocities, these final velocity and initial velocities are in vector form, so we need to find the magnitude. Okay, so here it is half mass multiplied by magnitude of velocities, final velocity, magnitude of final velocity square, half mass multiplied by magnitude of final velocity whole square minus magnitude of initial velocity whole square. Okay, so this is the basic equation for this equation. Okay, so half mv square, since velocity is a scalar, since here this velocity should be the scalar quantity, so we are finding the magnitude of the velocities. Okay, so since they are in a vector form, we need to find the scalar quantities. So for that we need to find the magnitude, as simple as that. Here we have used in the next step we have find out here the magnitude of final velocity and initial velocity. Here it is the magnitude of initial velocity, here it is the magnitude of final velocity. Okay, so finally we have just substitute the values over here. So there it is. So we have substitute the value for mass, which is 3. Here we have substitute the value or magnitude, we have substituted the value for magnitude of v. Here the magnitude of v is here. It is the magnitude of v whole square minus magnitude of u whole square. As simple as that. And we have worked this thing out and finally get the answer. Okay. So now let us discuss. So fellas, I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. So now let us discuss the question. Now let us discuss the mark distribution for this question. So the total mark for this question is 3. So here we will get first mark for mentioning this equation. Okay, this equation isn't that hard. Just instead of writing mv square minus me square, we have just written the magnitude of v whole square, magnitude of vector v whole square. Instead of writing v, we have written the magnitude of vector v whole square minus magnitude of vector u whole square. As simple as that. So first mark for mentioning this equation. Okay. So first mark for mentioning this equation. So the second mark goes for here for doing this method. So for method we have gain second mark. So doing this in a correct method, we will gain second mark. Okay. And the third mark is for correct numerical value and unit. So if we find out the correct numerical value and unit, so this goes with the third mark. Okay. So the third mark is for correct answer or numerical value with unit. Okay. So the third mark is for correct numerical value with unit. Okay. So let us review this again. So first mark, we will gain first mark when we mention this equation. Second mark is for the method. Okay. So if we do this method correctly, we're gonna gain second mark, and the last and the third mark is the third mark, which is the last one, is the third mark is for mentioning the correct numerical value with unit, correct answer with unit. Okay. So that's the end of this solution. So fellas, I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. So that is the solution for the second mark for that is the, okay, let me get it right. Okay. So that is the solution to the second part of this question. That is the solution to the second part of this question. Is it now right? Is it right now? Okay. So I hope that fellas you have understood the question as well as the solution, despite of my language, since my language is really bad. I'm trying to develop. Okay. I'm trying to improve. Okay, by discussing these things with you. So I hope that you have understood that without you it is impossible for me to develop my English speaking. Okay. So that's how it works. So fellas, that's the end of this tutorial. I don't want to make this video tutorial any longer. That's because you always get things boring, so I make things boring. Okay. So fellas, that's the end of this video tutorial. If you have any question regarding this topic, please let me know in the comment section, and please tell which part of this solution you find it challenging. Please let me know in the comment section. Okay. So that's it for today. So best of luck, stay awesome, stay cool, and as always, peace with chemistry.